Hey guys, I'm cmasupra and welcome to another War Thunder full real battle video. This time I'm flying the German focke-wulf 190 D-13, which is a premium plane that the Germans get at rank 14, and this plane in the current update, which is update 1.35, actually has a broken flight model in a bad way. It's broken in a bad way, not a good way. It's a terrible flight model, it flies terribly, but overall I still like the plane because of a few reasons. Maybe just one reason actually, because of the firepower. So there's a story behind the bad flight model that this plane has. Supposedly, back in the day before I owned this plane, this plane had a proper flight model that was supposedly right according to Gaijin, but everybody said that it was wrong or it was too good or something like that, and so what Gaijin did to fix it is add 600 pounds to the weight of the plane, and they called it good. And so now, with the extra 600 pounds, it's a terrible plane, or at least it has a terrible flight model. It climbs terribly, it turns terribly, and I guess that's really the negative parts of this plane. As for good parts, there is the firepower, which is probably the main reason I really like this plane. If you're able to get the nose pointed at an enemy, which is hard to do, definitely, but if you're able to do it, it's just going to kill whatever's in front of it, because for the armament in this plane, it has 3 20mm cannons, each of which alone is very deadly, so when you have 3 of them, it does a lot of damage. So if you shoot at an enemy, if you're able to get your nose pointed at them, they're pretty much going to die. Another thing that this plane does well is roll. This thing can roll so fast that if you are not careful, you will stall a wing and end up in a roll that just goes on until you actually correct it, because it's so easy to stall a wing doing this, because as you're rolling, say you're rolling to the right, your left wing has more air hitting it above than under it, and so it ends up stalling. So yeah, this thing rolls very, very fast. It's very easy to stall a wing by rolling in this plane. Now supposedly, talking more about the flight model, this plane will have a correct flight model in 1.37. I could go on the dev server or the test server and find out, but I don't really want to. I kind of want to wait and see what it's like in the retail patch when it gets applied to the retail servers. So I like the plane already. I am excited to see what it's like in 1.37, but I'm holding myself out and waiting for the retail update. So anyways, what's going on in the game right now? I was tracking an enemy all the way from his base, and there's a teammate here who is on him. Actually, 2 teammates here, one in a 109G and one in a 190A5. Now, I was trying to get a line on the on Dictator in his Yak 9P, but I wasn't able to do it, and this plane's not maneuverable. So if your approach is not right at the beginning, there's no way to fix it, because this plane's just not maneuverable enough to do that. However, there's so many of my teammates here that this guy is not tracking me, and I'm able to get a shot, and he is dead with a nice short burst. So that was nice and easy, and I just love the firepower of this thing. Hello there, enemy. I see that you have a teammate on your tail. You should probably do something about that. So, yeah, I have a teammate over there in a 190 D12, not a D13 like I'm in. The D12 has a worse flight model than this one, so he's having a lot of trouble with that, I'm sure. But he's chasing another Yak 9P. This game was actually a 4v4, and every single enemy was a Yak 9P, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, I'm trying to get a shot on this guy, and I'm not able to pull. I can't pull hard enough. This plane doesn't turn well enough. Or maybe my approach was wrong, I guess you could say. But it seems that Astra, one of my teammates, actually has the enemy on his tail now, because he's in the D12, which has a worse flight model than this one, and so there's absolutely nothing he can do to get the enemy off his tail at this point, except possibly try to lose the enemy. And so I dive down hoping to be on the enemy, and it turns out that I'm on Astra, and so now I'm looking for the enemy. And this is a terrible situation to be in, because if the enemy ends up on my tail, then I am kind of doomed, because there's nothing I can really do to get him off my tail except for complex maneuvers that I'm not very good at doing. So, yeah, that wouldn't be good, but hey, it seems that B-Tacker, another one of my teammates, has actually killed the guy, so that works. Okay. Good thing we have teammates here. If I did not have teammates here around this plane, I would have been doomed, because fighting in this plane alone is quite difficult to do, unless you're able to simply boom and zoom on your enemies, which most of the time you are able to do, even though this thing climbs terribly. But if you don't get your first shot right, then you're kind of doomed unless you can maintain your speed and still outclimb the enemy as they try to climb and chase you. So anyways, that's 2 enemies down. There are 2 more enemies to go because this is a 4v4, like I said before, with 6 AIs as well on each team, but we're ignoring those for the time being. So, 2 more enemies to go. I see a dot over here. I'm pretty confident that it is an enemy, so I'm going to go for him. If he's not an enemy, then so be it. It shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I'm going to go for him and see if I can kill him. I stuttered there when I said kill, right? So anyways, trying to line up a shot. Deflection shots are something I'm not very good at doing in these 190s, especially this one because the turn time is terrible. So I try to lead in front of him, and it just doesn't go well, and now he is fully aware of my presence. This is not a good thing. He's in a Yak 9P, and there's really nothing I can do to get him off my tail, but luckily, hello there, Beat Hacker, you just saved my life. So it now seems that there's actually 2 enemies here. Beat Hacker's on one, and there's another one on me. And so I asked for cover. I'm tracking this guy behind me. I don't know how his energy state is. I don't know if he has more or less energy than I do. I also don't know if he sees me or not, but I'm hoping he doesn't see me, and I'm hoping I can just pull up around him like this and get on his tail and just shoot him down. That's what I'm hoping to do here. Will I be able to do it, though? Let's find out. So I'm pulling up on him, I'm looking for him. There's his black plane. So let's lead in front of him, shoot, and end up missing again. And hello there. I think I scared him. He did a full spin there. I think he just pulled hard on his elevator and stalled a wing on accident because I just scared him with 320mm cannons. So, yeah. He's fully aware that I'm here. He doesn't know exactly where I am because he did spin and lose concentration there. And so I take advantage of that and actually get a correct deflection shot this time. I aimed it well and killed him, or at least not, I didn't kill him, but I killed his aileron, his right aileron, and he's just spiraling into the ground. So he's doomed anyways. And now there's this other enemy, the last enemy on the enemy team over here on the ground, and I'm getting on his tail. I did get the kill on the Yak 9P, whose aileron I destroyed, so that is my 2nd kill this game. Beat Hacker tells me that this last guy is hurt, and so I tell him I'm on the deck, and then I tell him my position. Something I wish Gaijin would do is add altitude to that T4 and T5 thing, but anyways, I try to shoot at this guy, I miss, and luckily, hello there, Beat Hacker, you are once again here to save my life. He's in a 190A, by the way, the Beat Hacker guy is, not the enemy. And the 190A has a better flight model by far than the D-13 does, so he's much more capable than I am in this fight. But he's on the Yak, he kills him, or at least he makes him start smoking. I think he's going to kill him here. We will find out. I'm going around to get on the enemy's tail, and he crashes into the ground, so that is all 4 enemies dead. And now there's just AIs to clean up, although it's not really cleaning up in this plane because AIs are actually able to keep up with you quite well in this plane if you try to outclimb them. What you have to do is go in a straight line, and I did not know that at the time of making this video, or playing this game rather. So I'm trying to outclimb the enemy here, the AI, and it's actually working because I had a faster state to begin with than he did, but it's not really the thing to do in this plane if you have equal energy states to start off with, because they can match your climb, and it's really, really annoying. So anyways, I'm trying to go on the AI here. As you can see, he was not able to match my climb. He's somewhere under me there. I do not see him. There he is. So, trying to get on his tail. This plane's terrible at turning. You can hear one of the wings is wanting to stall, but it's not stalling, luckily, because I'm not pulling too hard on the elevator. But I'm on the tail of this AI, and we're just going to chase him down. Chase, chase, chase. I have nothing to say here. We're just chasing the enemy. Like, what do you say? So anyways, he goes up, makes it a nice easy shot for me, supposedly. But then he's doing the weird AI thing where he goes in a negative turn. I hate that. It's so annoying. AIs have an arcade flight model, and it makes it really hard to hit them because they pull negative Gs very, very often. They do inverted rolling scissors sometimes, and it's just really weird and makes them hard to shoot. But I did kill him in my 2nd burst, and that is the third kill I got this game, and the last thing that really happened with me this whole game, because the rest of the game was spent just me and my teammates, I guess us, chasing the last AIs down, and I didn't do any killing or shooting, so let's go ahead and skip to the end of this game. Alright, so what did I get this game? I got 3 kills, which is 2 player kills and 1 AI kill, and then a total of 132,000 lions and 204 XP. I would say I did quite well this game, and the only reason I did quite well is because my whole entire team used teamwork. All 4 of us were together pretty much the entire game fighting the 4 Yak-9Ps that we had to face. If my team had not been together, there's no way I would have done this well, because there were some times where I had the enemy on my tail and the only reason I survived was because a teammate was there to save me, and I think it was always Beat Hacker who was there to save me, so I'm glad he was there. So anyways, the D-13 that I was flying, I like the plane in its current flight model. I mean, it does suck, but I like it, and I think I just like it because of the firepower, so I can't really wait to see what it's going to be like in 1.37 when it hits the retail servers. But anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.